Hello, and welcome to BIS3's introductory course on using OBIEE. In this video, I will guide you through creating a simple OBIEE analysis. By the end of the video, you will have a basic section report. First, make sure you are logged into the OBIEE server. The address of your server, as well as your username and password, should be provided by your administrator. Now that you are logged into the server, let's take a look at the home screen. Initially, we see a lot of options. Observe the left-hand side of the page, immediately under the Home tab, where you can find a Create section. This is where we will begin creating our analysis. Take note that this section has many other options. For our tutorial, we are going to create an analysis, so click on Analysis in the upper left corner. You are then prompted with several options. From this menu, we can create a direct database request or create an analysis using SQL. We are working with an XML file, so we are only down to two options. Click on Sample Sales Lite. Notice when you clicked, the Home tab was renamed Untitled. This is the name of our current document until we save it at the end of the tutorial. Below Untitled, we now have four tabs. We are only going to be using the first two, Criteria and Results. Our XML file contains information concerning different companies and their product sales information from the past few years. We want to generate a table displaying the product type, the revenue generated from each product, and then sort all of this by per name year. To do this, we look to the subject areas folders. This section is full of options for the columns of our analysis. We can choose as many options as we want, but remember that too many options will give us a large table of results. Let's start with being able to organize our analysis by per name year. Expand the Time folder and choose Per Name Year. Click and hold to drag and drop the item into the selected column section. Now let's add the product type to the analysis by expanding the Products folder and dragging the Product Type option over to the Selected Columns section. You can reorganize the options in the Selected Columns section by clicking and dragging them where you would like them. Next, we need to add the revenue information to our analysis, so expand the Base Facts folder and drag the Revenue option onto the Selected Columns section. The order of the options in the Selected Columns section depends on how you want the analysis to look. So from left to right, let's have them read Time, Products, Base Facts. Now that we have added all the columns to our table that we want, let's take a look at how our analysis will look by clicking on the Results tab above the Subject Areas column. You should see a table that contains all three elements that we added. If not, there are steps to unhide the sections that are missing. If this is not an issue that you are experiencing, then go ahead and observe just in case it ever does become a problem. To fix the hiding sections, click on the Edit View option on the table. It should be in the upper right hand corner, and the icon should resemble a pencil on a piece of paper. This is where we can edit the layout of the table. Scroll down until you see the section titled Columns and Measures. This is where we can see all the columns that are being displayed. Immediately below this section is the Excluded section. This is where all the columns that are not being displayed are stored. Click and drag all the elements from the Excluded section to the Columns and Measures section so that we have our full table. When you are finished, click Done in the upper right-hand corner. Now we have a table with three columns. To organize this report for readability's sake, let's create a section report that generates a different table for each year. Return to the Edit View menu and scroll down to the Columns and Measures section. Immediately above this section, you should see an area titled Section Report. To create a section report, all you need to do is click the Per Name Year option from the Columns and Measures section and drag it into the Section Report area. This creates a section report and organizes it by the year. Click Done when you are finished. It's important to remember that we need to save our work. In order to do this, click the Save button in the upper right-hand corner. Now select which folder you would like to save it in. I'm going to save my file in the default location and call it My First Analysis. Thank you for watching and following along with this BIS3 tutorial on how to create an analysis.